स्वामिन्नमस्ते नतलोकबन्धो कारुण्यसिन्धो पतितं भवाब्धो मामुद्धरात्मीयकटाक्षदृष्ट्या ऋज्व्यातिकारुण्य सुधाभिवृष्ट्या स्वामिन्नमस्ते 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 स्वामिन्नमस्ते। यत्कीर्तनं यत्स्मरणं यदीक्षणं यद्वन्दनं यच्छ्रवणं यदर्हणं लोकस्य सद्यो विधुनोति कल्मषं तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः। विचक्षणाय चरणोपसादनात् संगं व्युदस्योभयतोऽन्तरात्मनः विन्दन्ति हि ब्रह्मगतिं गतक्लमाः तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः। तपस्विनो दानपरा यशस्विनो मनस्विनो मन्त्रविद सुमङ्गलाः क्षेमं न विन्दति विनायदर्पणं तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः। तस्मै सुभद्रश्रवसे नमो नमः। जय गुरु जय गुरु जय गुरु। I prostrate at the holy lotus feet of my Gurudev, Swami Bhumananda Tirthaji Maharaj, and seek his blessings. I prostrate at the feet, holy lotus, beautiful feet of Sri Krishna, who has manifested himself as my Gurudev. I seek his blessings. I also prostrate at the feet of all the devotees who are here, who have assembled and who have been coming here day after day to get drenched in the nectar of devotion. My prostration to all of you. 8 days have passed. Today is the 8th day. And day after day we have been listening to the excellence of God, singing his name, dancing around. I think the whole Satrashala is charged with devotional nectar, and everybody is experiencing that. When we read Bhagavatam, we see that again and again Vyasadeva has written that to grow devotion to Lord Hari, one must remember him, one must sing his name, one must hear about his excellences, and as we do so, devotion for him, love for him will grow slowly, gradually, and dispassion towards the world will also grow. When we start loving God, who is the one being supreme Lord, all-pervading, then petty matters of the world does not mean anymore to us. When we listen to him continuously, assimilate what we have listened, what we have heard, and try to bring about all those devotional qualities in ourselves, then we find our love for him has deepened and strengthened. As we read, as we listen, what happens is that the heart gets filled with devotional nectar, drop by drop, and we start swimming in that devotional sea. This is our experience. I think all of you has been experiences experiencing this and have been experiencing whoever reads Bhagavatam. In every word there is sweetness and sweetness alone. That is why it is said in Bhagavatam, Yat Shrinvatam Rasadyanam Swadu Swadu Pade Pade. Our mind does not get contented by hearing. We want to hear more and more. When we are hungry, if food is given, we take food, and at one time we feel we are full, we are satisfied. And if more is given, we say, no, we cannot take any more. But not so with the name of the Lord. We want to hear again and again, again and again. I think the sweetness of devotion is most abundant in Krishna's Balya Leela. When Krishna is a child, today I thought we will all go to Vrindavan together and see what Krishna did when he was a child, when he manifested himself as a small Gopala, as a small child of Yashoda. You all know the story that Krishna was born to Devaki and Vasudeva, and then he was shifted at night and kept in Nandaraja's palace, and they thought it is their child. Krishna started growing along with Balarama, and when he became a small child who could move about, walk about, talk also, he started showing so many cunningness, mischiefs. It was mischief, no doubt, but everybody liked it. Everybody liked his smile. Everybody liked to see him. Nobody felt bad when he would go to the gopis' house and steal butter, break the pots of curd which they had kept. They liked it. But still, some of them, I think many of them, one day decided that Krishna is becoming very mischievous. Let us go and tell Yashoda that your child is doing like this. So they came to Yashoda. And they said, you know, your Krishna is becoming very mischievous. Vatsan munchan kvachidasamaye krosha sanjata hasaha steyam swadvatyatha dadhipaya kalpitai steya yogaihi. They said, oh Yashoda, your son has become very mischievous. He comes to our houses, and you know what he does? As soon as he enters, he comes to know what we are doing and where we are doing what. So, slowly, seeing that we are busy with housework, he goes tiptoeing and he let loose the calves. He will free the calves. The calves also, when they become free, they start running about with their tail up. And helplessly we go behind the calves to catch them and bring them back. And meanwhile, what does he do? Meanwhile, he has stolen all our butter and not broken the pots of the curd and scattered everything and gone away. He has so many methods to steal this. He is doing like this. What is to be done? Yashoda, though they were complaining, Yashoda felt, it is my child, he is very small. So he said, okay, if he is doing that, why don't you scold him a little bit? You can scold him. So the gopis said, we have scolded him. When he does like this, we have caught hold of him and scolded him. When we talk to him in a loud voice and show our angry eyes, what he does, do you know? He looks at us and starts smiling. And what can we do, Yashoda? We are so much enamored by his smile, we are so enchanted by his smile that we forget to tell him anything more. And we come away. So Yashoda said, you know, my Krishna is very small. I think while he is walking about and playing around with his friends, he must be getting very tired. He must be becoming very hungry. That is why he is taking some butter from your house. He is a small child. He He doesn't even know what is the meaning of stealing. He finds butter, so he takes. So you should do one thing. As soon as he comes to your house, you give him some butter, then he will not steal anymore. So you do that from now on. The gopis said, oh, we have done that also. Don't you know? Krishna is more dear even to our prana. We like him so much. When in the morning we chant, we churn the butter, curd and take out butter, we keep for him specially. And when he comes inside, we first tell him, Krishna, come, we have kept butter for you, take. And you know what Krishna tells us? He says, oh, your butter and your curd is not at all good. My mother makes it, it is very good. And my mother has given me lots of it. I have eaten to my heart, my stomach is full. If you don't believe me, touch my stomach and see, it's full. I don't want from you. It is not good at all. Saying this, he runs away. We are so fond of him, Yashoda, that we also run behind him, calling him, pleading him, persuading him that please come, take some butter from us. But he just goes away. But look at him. When he doesn't take from our hands, and at other times he simply comes inside and steals that butter. How he can do this? How he has got all this buddhi? Tell me, Yashoda. So, Markan bhokshan vibhajati sachen nati bhandam bhinatti dravyalabhe sagriha kupito yatyupakroshyato kan. Then they say that your child, your son, I think he has got a habit that when we fondly want to give him, he doesn't take. But he wants to take to stealing. And not only that, let him take, we don't mind because we have made for him. Even if he doesn't want to take, he can distribute to his friends. But he won't do that. What he does, you know, Yashoda? First thing, he will call the monkeys and he will all distribute to the monkeys. And the monkeys also, they are so friendly to him as if they know him for a long time. So the monkeys also come and all the things are scattered in our houses. So if the monkeys, after some time, the monkey's stomach also gets full. So the monkeys also refuse to take. At that time, Krishna tells the monkeys, what? I have taken a name thief only to feed you and you are not eating. Saying that, showing pseudo anger, he breaks all the curd pots and runs away. This is what your son is doing. So the Yashoda said, okay, I understand. You can do one thing. Now you are keeping your butter and everything openly. So when my son enters your house, he sees them and he steals them. You better, what should you do? Better hide it somewhere. I think you are lazy and you are careless. Yashoda is telling the gopis, you are lazy and careless. You are not hiding them anywhere and you are encouraging my child to become a thief. Yashoda tells them that. So they say that, oh Yashoda, you are blaming us. Don't you know? We keep everything hidden also. We have kept and seen. So when he comes, he does not find those. And what does he do? He starts shouting, saying that in whichever house there is no butter to be seen, that house is not a house. Tomorrow I will bring one burning log and set fire to that house. And while going, unnecessarily, he pinches the small children who are sleeping on the cot and make them cry and run away. Now Yashoda was really at loss what is to be done. Then the gopis continue. Hastagrahye rachayati vidhim pithakolu khaladyaihi chidram hyantar nihita vayuna shikya bhandeshu tadvat dhvantagare dhritamaniganam swangamartha pradipam Kale gopyo yarhi griha krityeshu suvyagra chittaha. So the Goparamanis, Now they are saying, when we are busy with our household work, your son knows so many ways to steal the butter. You are telling us to keep it hidden. So we have done that, and this is the result. And then Yashoda says, you can do one thing. Why don't you put it in the sling, the shika? Why don't you put it there? So they say, we are doing that also. Hastagrahye rachayati vidhim. They are saying, if we are putting it in the sling and putting it up so that he cannot reach it, he has ways to reach there also. You know what are his ways? He will bring peethams, one after another he will place them so that they become a little high. Then he stands on them and takes butter. If he cannot reach, he will make other children stand on his shoulder, or he will stand on somebody's shoulder and then he will reach. Sometimes we have tied a bell also there, thinking that if he gets up and holds that Navani Patram, the bell will ring and we will come to know. And you know how mischievous he is? He gets up and first thing he catches hold of the bell so that the bell will not make any sound. Then we have come and found that he is taking butter, enjoying it profusely, and he is dancing like this. And some days it has happened, the gopi who has caught him in that position, as soon as he came to know that I have been caught, whatever was there in his mouth, he has simply spat on the gopi's face. And the gopi, did you understand? He spat from up, and the gopi's face, everything was full with butter. Meanwhile, he has run away. So this is what he is doing. And if he is not able to touch that butter at all, then what he does? He brings either a stick or throws stone and makes a hole in that mud pot and stands below so that he can drink with his mouth open. This is what he is doing. At this point, I am remembering Sri Krishna Karnamritam. This is a composition. The other day Swamiji was telling one shloka from Sri Krishna Karnamritam during the Nama Sankirtanam. These compositions are by Leela Shuka, who was a great devotee, and it is said that he had one idol. And when he would compose, if Krishna liked that composition, Krishna used to nod. Then he would take it for himself or keep it. It will be approved. If Krishna did not like, then Krishna would not nod. So this is that Sri Krishna Karnamritam, in which the poet has imagined so much of bhava, that he has written certain poems. One or two I will want to share with you. So we were talking about how these gopis, they are telling Yashoda what Krishna has been doing. Now one day, what happened? While Krishna was thieving, stealing butter, his hand was inside a mud pot. A gopi came inside. It is her house. So he has caught hold of Krishna and red-handed. Krishna said, the gopi is saying, Kvastam balaha. Gopi has found him, red-handed, hand inside the mud pot. So she is asking, Kvastam balah balanujah kimihate manmandira shankaya. She is asking, Kvastam balaha, who are you, child? Why are you here? Who are you? So he says, Balanujaha. See, so mischievous. He can say, I am Sri Krishna. He is not saying. As if by taking Balanuja's name, he is saying, I am Balarama's younger brother. Why Balarama's younger brother? Because Balarama is not as naughty as he is. So he says, Balanujaha, I am Balanujaha. Kimehate. Gopi asks, why have you come here? So he says, little Krishna says, Manmandira shankaya. I came here because I thought it is my house. So, Yuktam, she says, okay, understood. Tan navanita bhanda vivare hastam kimartham nyasehe. Okay, understood, you have come here because you thought it is your house. But then, can you tell me why your hand is inside the Navanita Patram? He says, now he is in trouble. Krishna is in trouble. What will he reply? So he says, Matah kanchana vassakam mrigayitum. Said, mother, we had gone with the cows and the calves, and one calf got missing. We are not finding it. So I have come looking for it, and I think this calf is inside this mud pot. So I have put my hand inside this. Matah kanchana vastakam mrigayitum maga vishadam shanat ityevam varavallavi prativachaha krishnasya pushnatunaha. All these shlokas, at the end, Lila Shuka is writing, the Krishna who did this, or the Krishna who told this, let that Krishna protect us. So in this, Krishna has replied like this. In another he says, Matah kim yadunatha dehi chashakam kim tena patum payaha tannastyadya kadasti va nishinisha kavandhakaro dayaha Amilyakshi yugam nishapyupagata dehiti matarmuhu vamsho vaksho jangshuka karshano dyatakaraha krishnasya pushnatunaha. Matah kim yadunatha. He says, mother. So, Yashoda is saying, kim yadunatha, what has happened? Dehi chashakam, give me the plate. Kim tena. Mother is asking, what will you do with the plate? Patum payaha. I will drink milk. Tanna sadya. Now it is not time for drinking milk, Yashoda said. So Krishna becomes very sad. His lips swells up. He is about to cry and he says, Kadastiva, then when is the time to drink milk? You have told it is not the time. When shall I drink milk then? Mother says, Nishi, when night comes, I will give you milk. Before going to sleep, I will give you a glass of milk. Then he says, Nisha kava, what is night? So mother says, Andhakaro dayaha. When it becomes dark, it is night. Amilyakshi yugam, what did he do? Immediately he closed his eyes and said, it has become andhakara, give me milk. So, this is how Krishna was doing. See that so many devotees, we are enjoying these shlokas, but so many devotees, so many people have written like this. It is their own imagination, but they have written in this form and which we are able to enjoy year after year, age after age, decade after decade. So, now, there, Yashoda said, okay, if you are keeping it on the sling also, the Navanita and the curd, you are keeping on the sling, out of reach of Krishna, then also he is stealing, then what you should do now is, you close the doors and windows of that room, so that in darkness he will not be able to see. Then the Gopi Ramanis, the Gopika said, oh Yashoda, you think we are foolish? We have done that also. But, Krishna has so much of angachata, so much of brilliance in his own body, that wherever he goes, that place becomes lighted. So, even without light, when the room is dark, he is able to see everything, because light emanates from his body. Moreover, Yashoda, on the top of it, you have decorated him with so many valuable ornaments. The ornaments which have so many stones. The stones also reflect light. So, not only that, his body is making the room lighted, these stones also are helping. But, Yashoda, can you tell us why you have given so many ornaments to this little boy? Ornaments people wear. People wear ornaments to look beautiful. But your Krishna is so beautiful. Then why these ornaments? Or is it that You want the ornaments to look beautiful, coming in contact with Krishna's body. Do you understand? The ornaments will look beautiful, more beautiful, when they come in contact with Krishna's body. So, Yashoda, what is your idea of giving him ornaments? I think you have not intended that ornaments should look beautiful when they are put on Krishna's body. So we think, the Gopikas are saying, we think that you have decorated Krishna with ornaments to help him to steal butter. Poor Yashoda. He is now being blamed. What can he do? Then she is saying that, what shall I do? My son is doing like this. They said, more is there. Evam dhashtyanushati kurute mehadan mehanadi nivastau steyopayair virachita kriti supratiko yathaste. They said, more is there. You know, when he touches a pot, he understands which has butter and which does not have butter. Till now, he has not touched a vessel which does not have butter and which is empty. How does he do that? How does he know it? So Yashoda is saying, when Gorasa is there in a mud pot, it becomes wet. What is the Gorasa? Either milk or curd or butter, anything derived from cow's milk. So when it comes in touch with the mud pot, it becomes wet from outside. That is why my Krishna is able to understand. And this is what is to be understood and learnt from this. That we too, when we have Krishna Rasa inside us, Bhagavat Rasa inside our heart, our whole being will become soft and tender and loving. This is what we must understand from this. So therefore these Gopika Ramanis are saying, Oh Yashoda, more is there. Just wait and listen. When he comes to our houses and ultimately he doesn't find anything, no butter, no milk, nothing, what he does, he passes urine and stool everywhere. And he says, when a house does not have anything for me to eat and drink, that house is as good as a toilet. It's better to pass urine and stool there. And he runs away. And saying all these things, ultimately they said, look at him. Because by this time, when they had come to complain, Krishna had run and taken shelter in his mother's lap. And he was just looking at the mother's face with lot of fear whether the mother is going to scold him or not. But the Gopikas themselves started laughing, saying that, look at him. He's looking so innocent and simple, sitting in your lap, as if he doesn't do anything, as if he doesn't know anything. He's looking like a Neelamani doll, as if a doll made of blue-colored stone. So, saying this, they left. And Yashoda also, seeing that Krishna has become very fearful, that I'll be scolded now, Yashoda left him and went for his work. Then Yashoda called them and said, you do one thing, I have thought over it. All these problems are coming because this butter, etc. is not remaining guarded. You keep your items in a room and keep one guard in front. Whom can you keep a guard? Maybe an old woman in the house who cannot do much household work. You all are saying, the Gopikas, that you are not able to do any household work because of Krishna's this kind of mischief. So you can ask one old woman to sit there who cannot do household work and let her guard, and you all go for doing household work. They said, as if we have not done that also. One day we asked one old woman to sit in front of the room where butter is stored. Krishna came, tiptoed into the courtyard of the house, followed by all his friends. And then, seeing that old woman, he left, turned and went off. So these people, they thought, at last we have found one way to protect our Navanita and curd and other things. Now we will always keep a guard so that he is not able to steal. They went off to their respective work. After some time there was lot of commotion, lot of sound, so they came and found a big pot of curd is lying scattered, broken, and lot of curd and butter is smeared on the old woman's face, and the old woman is helplessly sitting, and Krishna is saying like this, now she has been caught, the thief has been caught. Everybody used to say that I am the thief, I am the thief. Now see who has stolen and who is stealing butter. So he says that I will go and announce it in whole of Braja that this is the thief. So all things were tried and could not. So Yashoda was in great discomfiture. What to do? Will my son grow up to be a thief? If I do not admonish him now, he will become a great thief, and that will bring kalanka to our lineage. What shall I do? So she was thinking and thinking and thinking. You know, dear devotees, these are all shlokas that I am reading from here, from Bhagavatam. And the in-between stories that some I am telling, that is from some tika written by some devotees long back. Very strangely, I got one tika written by Jiva Goswami, the disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In his tika, I found that by his imagination, he has explained like this, in between stories. And this is how so many devotees, some known, some unknown, must have written and composed and sang. So Yashoda thinks, my child is very small. Why does he go and steal butter? He doesn't take much of butter. He doesn't take much of milk. But why is he going to others' houses and stealing? Maybe because in my house, all the servants are making, the maid servants. Because she was a queen. Nobody was allowing her to cook herself. But when he goes to other houses, there the housewife herself is making. So he's finding it more tasty. So from now on, what I will do is, I will cook myself. I will try to make butter and whatever, payasam and everything myself. Now when she suggested this, then all the maidservants said, no, that cannot be. We also like Krishna. And really they did. They like Krishna like their own prana. Just like Yashoda had lot of right over Krishna. Whenever she would scold. Similarly, they were also taking care of Krishna, feeding him, giving him bath. If sometimes after playing he would be full of mud, they will come and wipe his body. Sometimes they will take him in their laps and sing songs to make him sleep. All that they were also doing. So for them also Krishna was dearer than their life. So they said, no, we will make. You please don't make. So one day it so happened that there was Indra Yaga. And for Indra Yaga, everybody left the house and went to Govardhana mountain. She was left with Krishna. She thought, tomorrow, it's a very free day. I will make butter for my Krishna. I will boil milk. It is said Nandagopa had 9 lakhs of milch cows. Some of them used to graze and eat Sugandhit Trina, that is very fragrant grass. And they used to give milk which would smell like lotus. So Yashoda went herself, milked the cow and brought milk. Night she curdled the milk and it was time to sleep off. She slept with Krishna by her side. Early morning she got up. She took bath and she got up much earlier than she used to do. Actually sleep left her because her mind was so restless and yearning to do seva for her Krishna. So she got up and started churning the butter. Such beautiful description is there for this churning. She is churning. Her mind is full of Krishna, thinking about Krishna's Balya Leela. She is singing with her mouth, with the songs about Krishna, and with her hand she was churning butter for the sake of Krishna. So with body, mind and speech, she was Krishna Maya. This is how the work should be done. Every work should be done. We are not able to do that. We may be doing some japa, turning the beads, or we may be chanting something, the name of the Lord, but in the mind there will be ocean of petty matters, matters of the household, matters of the world. The mind should be all together, the mind, the speech and the action should be one pointedly towards the Lord, fixed on the Lord. Then alone one becomes Krishna Maya. One is able to experience the Lord in the heart. So she started doing that. The beautiful description says that she had bangles in her hand. While she was doing the churning, the bangles were making sound, and making sound in which way? It was resonating with the songs that she was singing. She had big kundala in her ears. These ears which were hearing her own songs, the kundala was also trying to join in that, making sound. Her mind was completely given to Krishna, and she was thinking, how I will make very good Navanita, eating which my Krishna will not go stealing anywhere. His name as a thief will be completely removed. It is said, we are always saying that Kayena vacha manasendriyaiva. So at that point, Yashoda's mind, speech and action were all directed towards the Lord. So the Krishna who was sleeping, he could not sleep anymore. He got up. He got up and immediately he looked for mother. He wanted to drink milk from mother's breast. So he found the mother is churning the curd. He went there. Initially he started calling mother, oh mother, where are you? Please come, please come. But Yashoda was so absorbed, she was not even hearing the child's cry. Just look at it. Krishna, who is called by the devotees. Oh Krishna, oh Lord, the devotees, the ascetics, the sadhus, they do their tapasya, they do their sadhana, calling the Lord. That Krishna was crying today, oh mother, please come and give me milk. So he got down from the cot, went to the mother. Mother was still not listening. Then mother found that, oh, Krishna has come. She tried to tell him, wait my dear, just 2 more minutes and a very nice butter I will get. 2 more minutes. Just wait. Krishna was nodding his head and said, no, I want it now. And then ultimately Krishna stopped that churning rod. He held it. Then mother understood nothing can be done. So left everything, took Krishna on the lap and started giving him her own breast milk. Beautiful description is there. One is drinking the breast milk, one is giving the breast milk. Both are complementary. The ananda, the delight that one is having by drinking, and the ananda and the delight that one is having in drinking. Both were complementary to each other. Both were increasing the delight of the other. At times, milk was falling from the edge of Krishna's lips. Small teeth were being seen. Sometimes he was moving his legs as any child will do. But is he any child? Is he an ordinary child? Yashoda did not understand. She thought that it is my child, an ordinary child. So as that was going on and on, Suddenly Yashoda saw that she had kept milk for boiling in the kitchen and the milk is flowing over. So to protect that milk from flowing over, immediately kept Krishna on the ground and ran away. What happened? She did that just to protect the milk. There is a question, should she have done that? Because it was such a beautiful scene. Krishna was being so satisfied by drinking milk from mother's breast, and she was also so happy. Was it necessary? Was there any abhava of milk in Yashoda's palace or Nandaraja's palace? Why did she go? And when she went, what happened? Krishna looked. Krishna was suddenly, he did not think that a mother will do like this. He was not at all satisfied. His stomach was not full. So he became very angry. And looked here and there, found that mother is not coming back. So, Sanjata kopa sfuritarunadharam sandashya dadbhir dadhimantha bhajanam bhitva mrishashtrudrishadashmanaraho jaghasa hayyangavamantaram gataha. Sanjata kopaha. He became very angry. Sfuritarunadharam. You know, all of us, when we see children are so innocent, so pure. Why do we, when we see children, all of us get a pure love? All of you must have seen when children are scolded or suddenly they become a little afraid, their lower lip turns and swells up. So it happened with Krishna also. And it became red in color. It was red in color. So he bit his lip with anger. And what did he do? He took that stone which we use on the ami and hit it on the mud pot, broke it. And whatever little Navanita had been collected, he ate that and went inside. Bhitvam rishashur dishadashmanaraho jaghasa hayyangavamantaram gataha. He went inside. Uttarya gopi sushitam payapuna pravishya sandrishya cha dadhyamatrakam bhagnam vilokya swasutasya karma tajjahasatam chapina tatra pashyati. He went away. After some time, after keeping the milk pot from the fire safely down, Yashoda came back. Because Yashoda had suddenly gone, she knew that she has to come back and feed the child again. So she came. And what did she see? That that mud pot containing curd, which she was churning, is completely broken. Is full. All the place is full of curd, and that Navanita has been taken out, and that boy is not there. So she understood. Swasutasya karma. She understood that it is my child who has done this. And that jahasa tam chapi natra pashyati. Did not see the child also there, did not see Krishna. So, but what did she do? That jahasa. She only smiled. She only smiled at Krishna's mischief. She understood that this is what she has done. And but where has he gone? Now where has he gone? Krishna has gone away. She started thinking, it is not yet dawn. It is quite dark in the night. Now all the people of the house have gone to Indra Yaga. Now where has he gone? In which room has he gone? So many rooms are there. Where shall I find him? Now what Krishna has done is, becoming angry, he broke the mud pot. He came out and went towards the store. The store where all the butter is kept and other things made of milk is kept. Sorry. So he entered that room and in an udukhala he sat. He started taking pot after pot, started taking the butter, eating and throwing. Because he has become angry. Also, he had opened the door from the other side. All the monkeys, when they saw him, they all entered the room. So he started eating the butter, giving them half of it, throwing some, and like this he was spending time. Now mother was very much worried. Where has he gone? How to find him? Then he saw small footsteps. How this small footstep come? Because he had broken the mud pot which was containing curd. It all fell below his feet, and he had trampled over those curd and walked. So small footsteps made out of curd led Yashoda to that room where the store was. Yashoda was thinking, my goodness, has he come here? All this butter and ghee are kept for puja. Indra Yaga, Bhagavat Seva, Atithi Seva and all that. Now, he is a small child. He may put his hand in everything and make everything uchishta. We will not be able to give it for puja. And when he really went to the door of that room, he saw that whatever she had thought has happened. In whatever manner he was feeling, according to his own wish, he was distributing the butter. He was not able to see the mother, because mother came from behind. Seeing that scene, the mother took a lathi, took a stick. A stick was there, she took. And she was approaching him. These monkeys, they were facing the door from which Yashoda came. Krishna was not able to see because Yashoda was coming from his behind. But the Vanaras, they were facing the door, so they saw Yashoda coming and they all ran. Seeing that monkeys are running away, he understood that somebody has come. Then he looked and found mother has come with a stick. This book says, seeing that scene in the imagination, Shukadeva wrote this shloka. What is that? Tamatyashtim prasameeksha satvaras tator varudhyapasasara bhitavat gopyanvadhavannayamapayoginam shamam praveshtum tapaseritam manah tamatyashtim prasameeksha satvara tato varuhyapasasara bhitavat gopyanvadhavannayamapayoginam shamam praveshtum tattapaseritam manah tamatyashtim. The mother is coming with a lathi. Prasamiksha. When he saw that mother is coming with a stick and is approaching, Satvaras tato varuhya. He was sitting on the udukhala. Seeing the mother, he got down quickly and bhitavat, he ran. With a lot of fear, he started running. Gopyanvadhavanna, and Yashoda, the gopi, she started running behind him. Yamapayoginam shamam praveshtum tapaseritam manah. Oh, when I read this just before this talk, for a few days I was trying to see what I should say. When I read this shloka, I don't know why so much tears fell from my eyes. Because it says what? The yogis who have practiced Nirvikalpa Samadhi, who with their severe austerities even are not able to attain the Supreme Lord. The Gopika Yashoda, thinking that this is my child, she ran with a stick in her hand, following Krishna to catch her, to touch him, to catch him, to touch him. What has she done? She is a Vatsalyamai Gopika. She has in her treasure only this Vatsalya Sudha. And she has become Yashoda because of this. The one who gives Yasha is Yashoda. The one who bequeaths Yasha is Yashoda. Yashoda became Yashoda because she has given the fame to Krishna, Bhakta Vatsalya and Bhakta Paradhinata. Krishna has become a Bhakta Paradhina and Bhakta Vatsalya only because of Yashoda and the Gopikas. So she is thinking that infinite Lord, who will catch him? But she feels, I am going to catch him and admonish him. I am going to see what he does. So, तामात्यष्टिं प्रसमीक्ष सत्वरस्ततोवरुह्यापससार भीतवत् गोप्यन्वधावन्नयमापयोगिनां शमं प्रवेष्टुं तपसेरितं मनः. Just think the beauty of this sloka. The yogis who cannot touch him, just by love, just by devotion, a devotee is able to. And should we not also pray for that kind of devotion? A devotion which does not want anything else. A devotion which is unmotivated. A devotion which does not yield to any obstacle. A devotion which says that I don't want anything, O Lord. I only want to be at your feet and sing your name. I want to spend my time thinking about you, singing about you, and doing seva for you, serve you. I do not even want moksha. These are the true devotees. We have to see in our heart whether we call ourselves devotees, but are we such devotees? Our devotion is motivated. Our devotion wants something in return always. But devotion is not like that. So, Krishna was running away and Yashoda was going behind him, trying to catch, was not able to catch. But at one time, Yashoda felt, oh, my Krishna, he is so small, so tender. His feet are so tender and soft. And since I am running with a stick, he is afraid. And he is feeling so hurt. He is running on the ground. He is not able to stop because I am running behind him. But his feet are so small and tender. They must be having a lot of pain. She started thinking like that. When she thought like that, her heart started crying for him. And only because of that, Krishna also slowed down and allowed himself to be caught by the mother. If he did not allow, Yashoda could not have caught him. Could not have. So Krishna got caught. Yashoda caught his right hand, in which little butter was still there, and she was swinging the stick and telling him, asking him, why did you do this? Why did you do this? All this while these gopikas were telling me that you are a chore, you are thief, you are always stealing butter. I never used to believe. Now today I have caught you. Today I must admonish you. Today I will see to it that you are set right. Tell me why you have done this. Krishna was crying and crying. All these days till that day, whenever Krishna had a little tear in his eyes, Yashoda would pick him up, caress him, and wipe his eyes, wipe his face, give hundreds of kisses to make him pacify. But today, Yashoda did nothing. She wanted to be firm with the boy, because she was feeling that if I do not do this, then this child will become a great thief when he grows up. So she was very firm. Krishna kept on crying, and when every moment he was crying, and every moment he was thinking, now my mother will pick me up. Now my mother will take me in the lap. Now my mother will wipe my face and give me kisses. But Yashoda did not do. So he started crying all the more. And with his own left hand, because the right hand was still held by Yashoda, with the left hand he started wiping his eyes. All the collyrium, the kanmashi, they got melted. They were flowing down his breast, his chest, everything up to the neck and chest were black. His hands also became black with the kanmashi which was flowing down. But still Yashoda did not relent. Yashoda was firm as ever. This Tikakara says, Jiva Goswami, I think this is the first time Krishna wiped his own eyes. So Yashoda still asked, tell me. Krishna said, oh mother, throw away your stick. I am feeling very afraid. I will never do such improper thing anymore. Yashoda said, what? Yashoda was telling, you are such a restless boy. You are a thief. You are Navanita Chora. And you are the Priya of the monkeys. And so many things he was telling him and saying that, tell me why you have done. Tell me correctly. He said, oh mother, don't you know? I have not done anything. You are only scolding me. When you took me from your lap and put me down, with your own anklet the curd pot got broken. See how chalak he is. Even at that time he is saying, I did not break. The mud pot, the curd pot got broken because you suddenly kept me on the ground and you suddenly ran towards the kitchen. That is why your anklet hit that mud pot and it got broken. So is it my fault? You are unnecessarily scolding me. And seeing that the doors are open, all the monkeys came inside. So I had gone to that room to drive them away. I did not give them do anything. Then Yashoda said, her hand became more firm and said, Ore, you are saying like this. You are a Vak Chaturya Sunyupuna. You are very able to reply in a very logical manner. Small boy, but see how you are giving me replies. You have become the king of the thieves. How is it that you, who has taken birth in Nanda Raja's house, you have become like the monkeys? You are talking like the monkeys, you are behaving like the monkeys. Krishna started crying all the more. Said that, okay mother, leave me. I will go to the forest. I don't want your butter or doodh or payasam. Nothing I want. I will go to the forest. The monkeys are my friends. They will give me some place to stay. I will stay with them. Yashoda was very much affected. My goodness, what will I do? So suppose I leave this boy and he goes away. Now who will go? Nobody is in the house. Who will go and catch him and bring him back? So she started thinking, now all my household work is pending. Since morning I am behind the child. I could not do any work. Now how to do my work? So she thought she will tie the child with the udukhala and do her household work, and the child also will not be able to go away anywhere. And he brought the child and took a rope, and I think all of you know this story. Vedavyasa has written this shloka, the beautiful shloka. Na chantar na bahiryasya na purvam na api chaparam purvaparam bahishchantaha jagato yo jagatchayah tammatva tammatvatmajam avyaktam martyalingam adhokshajam gopiko lukhale damna vabandha prakritam yatha. Krishna, the Lord, the Supreme Lord, who when the pralaya comes, destroys and breaks into pieces this whole universe. But he is never considered a culprit in front of anybody's eye. Nobody says, oh, the Supreme Lord has destroyed the world. But look at his Leela. By this Leela, by breaking a small mud pot containing curd, he has become the culprit in the mother's eye. What a Leela is this? And the mother is wanting to tie him up. Na chantar na bahiryasya na purvam na pichaparam purvaparam bahishchantaha jagato yo jagacchayah tam matvatmajam avyaktam martyalingam adhokshajam gopikolu khaledamna babandha prakritam yatha. He who neither has inside, who neither has outside, who neither has before or after, but actually he is inside, he is outside, he is before, and who is after. In fact, he is the whole universe himself. Him, the unmanifest, Avyaktam, and the Supreme. He who is sporting like a human form, a human child, master of the senses. He who is the Adhokshaja, the Gopi Yashoda, thought, just like ordinary human child, I will tie him. I will tie him, she thought. She could not understand who this was. For him, Krishna is the child. But who is Krishna? Who will bind him? He is the infinite. He is the infinite, the eternal, the supreme Lord. Where is that rope to bind him? But his Leela is such that he allows in the hands of Shuddha Bhakti, pure Bhakti, he allows himself to be limited. He is unlimited, but he becomes limited in that human form and allows the mother to tie him with a piece of rope. This is the greatness. Tam matva atmajam avyaktam martalingam adhokshajam gopikolu khaledamna babandha prakritam yatha. Babandha prakritam yatha. So she started looking for what? Ropes. First she tied, then the rope fell short by 2 fingers. She was bringing more and more and more of ropes, tying them. When she started tying, Krishna was crying aloud. She was holding Krishna and trying to tie him. And Krishna was sometimes trying to higgle out, sometimes falling down, sometimes trying to get out of her hand, trying all his tricks. And sometimes he was crying, "Oh Rohini mother, where are you? See, mother is punishing me. I have taken a little butter, very little butter, but still my mother is punishing me. Please come, please come." Rohini also has gone for that Indra Yaga. Nobody came, so she was not rescued. But the other Gopikas, they came and they started telling Yashoda, leave him, leave him. Yashoda was that day adamant. I have to somehow admonish this child and make him all right. He has become too much of a thief, too much of a mischievous child. And she became tired, bringing all the rope from their palace. She could not tie. She could not tie him. And ultimately, she said, definitely I will tie. You know, when God has to be tied to our heart, 2 things are necessary. One is our yearning, our wish, our all-pointed eagerness. That eagerness should be a burning eagerness. saying what? Oh God, I don't want anything else except you. To the exclusion of everything, I want you. That kind of eagerness, when it is there, then the God showers His grace and He reveals Himself. Otherwise not. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo na medhaya na bahuna shrutena yamevaisha vrinute tena labhyaha tasya ishatma vibrinute tanum swam. In Upanishad it says, you cannot have attained the Atma, you cannot have the revelation or realization of the Atma, not by pravachana, not by intelligence, not by scholarliness, nothing. Only you have to want Him with all your heart. To the exclusion of everything else, you have to want that I want the realization of God. I want the realization of myself. Then only. So here also, unless that yearning is there, God will not shower His grace. So Yashoda tried for a long time. Ultimately, she became eager to bind. Initially, she had thought, this is my child, what will be? I can bind him in no time. But as time went and she found the rope was falling short and short, she had that eagerness, the yearning, and that one-pointedness for tying the Lord. And then God also became, Krishna also became gracious. Swamatu svinnagatraya vishrasta kavarasrajaha drishtva parishramam krishnaha kripaya asit swabandhane. Kripaya asit swabandhane. Seeing that mother is becoming very tired, mother is sweating, mother's hair has gone loose and the jasmine garland that she was wearing all had fallen down. Seeing mother's tiredness and weakness, he then allowed himself to be tied. This is what is Krishna's Leela here. And this also indicates that unless our own effort is there, God also does not give us the grace of our sadhana. If we are doing our sadhana for God realization, we must make self-effort, make the yearning more and more strong. Then only we will have kripa from Him also. So this is the Leela, Balya Leela of Krishna. It is so amazing to think that the one who makes the yogis Atma Rama and Atma Tripta, he is never satisfied. He is the one who makes the yogis always contented in the self alone, but he is always looking for Yashoda's breast milk. He wants to drink it. He is Shuddha Sattva, but he is always sometimes getting angry, not finding butter. Lakshmi Devi is serving always at his feet. Lakshmi Devi, who is the goddess of prosperity, but look at him. Even then, he tries to steal what? Butter. He is Ananda Swarupa, but when he is caught, he starts crying like any other child. He is ever free, but he pretends to get bound. Nobody can bind him, but he pretends to be bound. That is why in Bhagavata it says, Priyate amalaya bhaktya hariranya vidamvanam. Wherever there is amala bhakti, there alone God comes, God binds, allows himself to get bound in that God's heart. I have been talking about this Balya Leela of Sri Krishna. I don't know whether the fervor with which I enjoyed reading these it has been at least in some measure transferred to you. You yourselves must be reading it. But when I this time started reading, I felt that this is what on which I will talk. But I still have a question. The question is, we are swimming in this devotional nectar, the devotional sweetness of Krishna's Balya Leela, the devotee's devotion, one-pointed devotion, and many other things. But why is it that we are not able to retain it in our mind? Why is it that we are not like the Gopikas, who could always fix their mind on Sri Krishna, sing his name, doing any household work, whether it was milking, whether it was putting cow dung on the floor, whether it was caressing and consoling the crying children, swinging them, whether it was watering in the garden or any other household work. Whatever they did, their mind was constantly fixed on Krishna. Why is it that we are not able to do? It is only because we don't like to. Even if we like, we give very little time to it. Most of the time we are thinking of something which is not Krishna, which is only petty matter, which is only regarding the worldly life, which will not give us any kind of nectarine joy. So in Bhagavatam it says that if you want to completely get immersed in devotion for God, if you want to touch Him in your heart, then what you should do is listen to Him constantly. Go to a guru, serve him, have his instruction. Completely you should dedicate all your thoughts, your speech and your action to the Lord. See Him always everywhere. Study the scriptures. Have the association of the Sajjanas. Then alone the devotion will grow to that extent that you will be feeling one with God. In this, I will chant some shlokas where a devotee, if he listens and listens and listens, what is the condition that he attains? This is given in this. Nishamya karmani gunana tulyan viryani leelatanubhih kritani yadati harshot pulakashrugadgadam protkantha udgayati rauti nrityati yadagrahgrastaiva kvachit hasatyakrandate dhyayati vante janam muhushvasan bhakti hare jagatpate नारायणेत्यात्ममतिर्गतत्रपः तदापुमान् मुक्तसमस्तबन्धनः तद्भावभावानुकृताशया कृतिः निर्दग्धबीजानुशयो महीयसा भक्तिप्रयोगेण समेत्यधोक्षजम्. If you listen and listen to the stories of the Lord, to the excellences of the Lord, what kind of excellences? Which is unparalleled. Gunan atulyan, viryani, leelatanubhikritani, in all his incarnations, whatever he has done. If you hear about that, then what will happen? Yadati harshod pulakashrugadgadam, then you will have extreme delight. Sometimes there will be horripilation. Sometimes the voice will choke. Tears will fall from the eyes. Protkantha udgayati. And you will feel like calling out his name, singing his name in a loud voice. Rauti nrityati. Sometimes you will be only shedding tears and sometimes you will be dancing. Yadagrahagrasta iva kvachid. Sometimes you will be behaving as though you have been under something, some planet. And kvachid hasatyakrandate dhyayati vandate janam. Hasatyakrandate dhyayati vandate janam. Sometimes you will be laughing, sometimes you will be crying, sometimes you will be simply sitting, meditating on the form of the Lord. Vandate janam. Sometimes seeing Him everywhere in all creatures, you will be only doing namaskaram, namaskaram. When the Nama Sankirtana goes on, many of you are taking part. It is also sometimes to be watched. I always find it of great pleasure to stand aside and watch the Nama Sankirtana. How people are going about and how they forget everything. All shyness they forget. I've seen some people, they only start saluting like this. Dhyayate vandate janam, and they will be doing namaskaram to everybody. Muhushvasan vakti hare jagatpate. And the breath will become very fast and heavy. And they start calling out the name Hare Jagatpate Narayana Atmamatir Gatatrapaha. Without shame, without any lajja, they become surrendered to the Lord and take the God's name. Tada. So then, now it is saying in the next sloka, Tada. If this is so, then what happens? It should happen. What should happen? Tada puman mukta samasta bandhanaha. If one has taken God's name with that kind of feeling, where he feels that everything else does not matter to me, he surrenders himself completely to the God. He doesn't feel any lajja or anything. Then he becomes mukta samasta bandhanaha. His all bandhana, all bondage goes. If it is not happening to you, all of you, then you must find out why it is not happening. Why the bandhana is not going. Then is it enough that you come again and again, day after day and listen? Just listen. This just listening is not enough. It is not enough. This listening must bring about bhakti, virakti and bhagavat prabodha. If it is not happening, then what kind of listening we are doing? We must assess it, analyze it, and we must improve. The listening should be such as it happened to Parikshit. He forgot his deha, he forgot his body. Similarly, it should happen to us. Why it is not happening? Otherwise, even the Nama Sankirtana, when everybody becomes ecstatic, it also ends and dukkha starts. How we can go beyond dukkha, shoka and fear, that has to be seen. Tada puman mukta samasta bandhanaha tad bhava bhavanukrita kritihi. And the mind becomes absolutely identified with the Lord in all its aspects. Nirdagdha bijanushayo mahiyasa bhakti prayogena sameta dhokshajam. And whatever evil tendencies are there, they get completely removed. Nirdagdha bija. Just like if you have a seed, if you sow, a plant will come. But if you burn the seed, no plant can come. Similarly, all the evil tendencies, all the desires, all the expectations from the mind, they simply get burnt off by what? Mahiyasa bhakti prayogena, by the power of devotion. And sameti adhokshajam. Adhokshajam. Lord Krishna will be attained in such a case. Adhokshajalambhamiha shubhatmanah sharirina samsriti chakrashatanam tad brahma nirvana sukham vidhurbudhaha tato bhajadhvam hridaye hridishwaram अधोक्षजालम्भमिहाशुभात्मनः शरीरिणः संसृतिचक्रशातनम् तद्ब्रह्म निर्वाणसुखं विदुर्बुधाः ततो भजध्वं हृदये हृदीश्वरम्. So it is being said, worship him, the Hridayeshwara, in your own heart, because that alone will give you this alingana of the Supreme Lord inside your heart. Adhokshaja alambhanam. That alambhanam, it is the Vishnu sparsha. It is the sparsha in the heart where you can feel him. You can think of him. He is the most security. It is the greatest refuge. He is the savior. He is the anchor. He is everything. That Vishnu sparsha you can have when you are fully devoted with the devotion. What kind of devotion? Which is unmotivated, without any expectation, without any desire, not asking from God anything. Only say that I want to serve you, I want to take your name always, always. Tato bhajadhvam hridaye hridishwaram. Krishna vrata Krishna manusmaranto ratrau cha Krishnam punarutthitāye te Krishna deha pravishanti Krishnam ajyam yatha mantrahutam hutashe. Krishna vrata Krishna manusmaranto ratrau cha Krishnam punarutthitāye te Krishna deha pravishanti Krishnam ajyam yatha mantrahutam hutashe. Krishna vrata, who is devoted to Krishna. Krishna manusmarantaha, one who remembers Krishna. Ratrau cha Krishnam punarutthitāye. He is devoted to Krishna and he remembers Krishna at night and in the day. Te Krishna dehaha pravishanti Krishnam. They become Krishna deha. They become like Krishna and they merge with Krishna, just like the Havan Samagri, the Yajna Samagri enters the fire in the Yajna Kunda. Like that, he becomes Krishna himself. Jaya Shankha Gadadhara Neela Kalevara Pita Patambara Dehi Padam. Jaya Shankha Gadadhara Neela Kalevara Pita Patambara Dehi Padam. Jaya Bhakta Janashraya Mangala Karana Antima Bandhava Dehi Padam. Jaya Bhakta Janashraya Mangala Karana Antima Bandhava Dehi Padam. Jaya Shankha Gadadhara Neela Kalevara Pita Patambara Dehi Padam. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru.